It's week 9 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse, Jonathan Taylor. He was unstoppable a week ago. A mountain of yards and a pair of touchdowns. It's the Colts and the Jets. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the cornerback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. In motion right is Pittman. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now.
Pack the 60, pack the 60.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Bronco switch. Check.
They run with Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that carries over to this week as well.
And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level. 7-0. Still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial, but I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this stuff if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Rodgers' throw going to be caught by Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 21 carries, 94 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him at
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing now is Rodgers. Going right back to Wilson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2nd and 16. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Down to the 41. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Back to throw now on first down. And he's got Pierce. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. The slot man in motion right. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Looking to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I grew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
And he's going to go down again. Dayo Odeyingbo. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. Here's Jake Bailey now. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken at the 46. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right. So
they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Because
they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
to him. It's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Now the Jets off.
Tag! Cougar 19!
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Face mask. Defense.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
70 Timberwolves. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a 4-10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Indy. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Ready, go!
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs them up 5. First and 15. Downs going in motion left. They'll run with Taylor. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. The Colts on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
18,
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come.
go! Panther 60, Panther 60. Check smash, Panther 11, Panther 11.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage.